I'm Jason, Las Vegas. These are my 2021 NFL Week 16 picks. Okay, so it is currently 10:56 a.m. here in Las Vegas, Monday, December 20th, 2021. We still have the Monday night games for NFL Week 15. We're going to make a few of those picks. We're going to take the Raiders on the road versus the Browns. The Browns are down to the third string quarterback, so we're going to take the Raiders on the money line to win that game. Easy money. We're also going to take the Minnesota Vikings on the road against the Bears. The Bears have a terrible offense. They have a really good defense, so we have to worry about with no Thielen. But the Minnesota Vikings are still trying to make the playoffs. I don't think they lose this game. They have the Rams coming up next week. Some people may say this is a look-ahead game, but you don't want to lose to the Bears if you're trying to make the playoffs and you're threatening the Rams. So I think they win this game. They have the Rams coming to Minnesota next week. That's a tougher game, so I don't think they lose this game tonight. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Chicago Bears on the money line. Next game, I'm going to take the Los Angeles Rams over the Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, this is a Tuesday night game for NFL Week 15. The Rams are way better team. Seattle, both teams are dealing with some injuries. With the line being 7 with a division game, pretty high line. So I'm just going to take the Los Angeles Rams. We're getting a few players back tomorrow, so I'm going to take them to win on the money line. Eagles versus Washington football team. The Eagles are coming off of a bye week, so they haven't played football in 13, 14 days. But I should skip this game. You know what? I'm going to skip it. I'm just going to skip it. I don't know what's going on. The Eagles and Washington football team, I don't know which team, was it a specific team as to why they canceled this game and moved it to Tuesday? Was it both teams? Either way, I think there's too many injuries. I didn't do any research on this game, so I'm going to stay away from it. Next game for the first game for NFL Week 16, I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers on the road to beat the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans are another team dealing with a bunch of injuries. This is a short week for them. I know it's going to be a little bit tougher for the San Francisco 49ers to travel across country, but they are the better team. They are still in the playoff hunt. Tennessee Titans are still in the playoff hunt also. I just think San Francisco 49ers are a way better team at the moment than the Tennessee Titans. So I'm going to take them to win on the money line. Obviously, I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers to beat the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, they're playing, when is their game? Is that game tonight? Yeah, Cleveland Browns are playing the Raiders tonight, and then they have to play on Saturday. So, I mean, they have 4 days. They're playing the third-string quarterback tonight. Who knows who's going to be playing the game on Saturday? You would imagine Mayfield or Keenum will probably be back for that game. Either way, I think the Packers are a better team. It's in Green Bay. You know it's going to be cold. Hopefully we get some snow there. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers to beat the Cleveland Browns on the money line. I'm going to stick away from the Cardinals and the Colts. Colts clearly have an MVP candidate with Taylor on their hands. Cardinals just lost to the Lions. I don't know what's going on there. They could clearly lose this game. It's only a 1.5 favorite for a home team with 10 wins. I'm just going to stay away from that game. That should be a really good game to watch. I can't wait to watch that game. That's going to be a really exciting game to watch. But I would not... Clearly, the line is favoring the Colts to go in there and beat the Cardinals, especially coming off of a loss to the Lions. Even though the Bucs did not score a single point versus the Panthers, I really feel like I should skip this game. I mean, the Panthers, they did put up a good fight versus the Bills this week. It was 14-31, so they lost by 15 points. But the Bucs, they always lose to the Saints. They didn't score a single point. They're dealing with so many injuries. It seems easy money. You know what? Minus 800. For this specific parlay, it's just not worth it. The Bucs, they didn't score a single point. They're dealing with too many injuries. Panthers, this is a game they probably want to win. Who knows what's going on with the Bucs? I'm not going to put them in this parlay. Even though they should win, I'm not holding the Panthers up to the standards of the Saints. Clearly, the Saints are a way better team than the Panthers, but this is a division game. And my whole thing is that the Bucs are dealing with way too many. I mean, almost every single starter receiver, running back. Fournette is injured. Evans is injured. Goodwin is injured. They have way too many injuries. Minus 800 is way too many points. Way too high of a money line. I'm just going to stay away from that game. But for the next game, I'm going to take the Eagles to beat the Giants. Just watch the Giants this weekend. They are a terrible team. The quarterbacks are terrible. I think they're down to the third-string quarterback. So I would imagine the Eagles have a little bit more trouble with the Washington football team on tomorrow, but they should be able. Both of these games are at home for the Eagles. So I'm gonna stay away from the Eagles versus the Washington football team. The Washington football team are a better team than the Giants, but the Eagles are a better team than the Giants. So I'm gonna take them on the money line in Philadelphia to win that game. You know what? The next game, I'm just gonna bet that the Lions probably aren't gonna win games back to back. Atlanta Falcons have a pretty good offense. They shouldn't lose this game. I'm just gonna take the Atlanta Falcons at home, to beat the Lions. That seems simple. Next game, I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals. I know it's early in the week. Lamar Jackson most likely will be playing. Huntley did a really good job versus the Packers. That was a home game for the Ravens. The Ravens have a tricky run offense, heavy offense. But the Bengals put up way too many points. Even though they only scored 15 points in Mile High versus the Denver Broncos, I just think the Bengals at home are a problem. The Ravens have a really, really, really good defense. This is going to be a really good game. I'm just going to bet that the Bengals win this game at home. I'm going to bet that they win. I'm not going to take them against the spread, but I think they win this game. I'm going to stay away from the Rams versus the Vikings. Both of those teams still haven't played the NFL Week 15 games, so I'm just going to stay away from that game. I have nothing to say about the Jags versus the Jets. Here goes basically what some would probably consider the game of the week, right? For the most part, Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots. The Patriots just lost to the Colts. They gave up 170 rushing yards to Taylor. Jonathan Taylor obviously is in the MVP conversation. But the Bills don't really run the ball that well like that. Allen runs the ball well. He's the quarterback, but he was dealing with an injury because he ran the ball a few weeks ago. I'm going to take the New England Patriots to win this game at home, just on a money line. I don't want to overvalue the Bills win over the Panthers, and I don't want to undervalue the Patriots because they lost to the Colts on the road. They had like 7-8 wins in a row. They're going to lose one game. I think they are still in the Buffalo Bills' head. They probably will win this game right here. I'm going to take the New England Patriots at home to beat the Buffalo Bills. Next game, I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks to beat the Chicago Bears. This is a little bit risky. Obviously, both these two teams haven't played their NFL Week 15 games yet. But I think by this weekend, Seattle, after playing the Rams, which I think they're going to lose, and I think the Vikings are going to beat the Bears. But I think this weekend, when Seattle gets a little bit more healthy, by Sunday, playing in Seattle, you would imagine they are good enough to beat the Chicago Bears at home. So I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks at home on a money line versus the Chicago Bears. Next game, I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers coming off of a pretty good, impressive win over the Tennessee Titans, right? That was a good win. But as I mentioned, the Tennessee Titans have almost no weapons. I think Julio Jones got injured in that game. A.J. Brown is still injured. Derrick Henry is still injured. So Tennessee Titans aren't really the Tennessee Titans. Steelers won that game at home. They're going to Kansas City. Kansas City has won like 9 straight games. They're coming off of a victory over the Chargers. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs at home. 10 points is a lot of points. Steelers are a really good team. They probably will keep this close. If I was, quote unquote, a betting person, I would probably take the Steelers to cover the points. But I'm going to take this Chiefs to win the game on the money line. Next game, I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders in a division game at home versus the Denver Broncos. As I mentioned, Denver Broncos are coming off of a loss versus the Cincinnati Bengals. So next weekend, they're going to have to go on the road. They're going to have to come to Las Vegas. Vegas are playing the Cleveland Browns, who are down to their third-string quarterback tonight. I think that should be an easy win. And then in a division game Both teams are, I don't know if the Broncos are still in the playoff hunt, but I think the Raiders most likely are. Both teams are, let's just say they're probably still in the playoff hunt. I'm thinking the Raiders win that game at home. Next game, I'm going to have to take the Dallas Cowboys, right? I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Washington football team. This is kind of risky. The Cowboys offense has not looked good in the last few weeks, but the defense has been, I think they have 4 takeaways in like the last 3 straight games or something like that. This is a really, really, really good, probably one of the best defenses of all time for the Cowboys. So I expect them to be able to beat the Washington football team. The Washington football team is coming off of a kind of a short week as they're playing Philadelphia. Is that game tonight or tomorrow? One of these 2 nights. They still have to play the NFL Week 15 game. I think the Cowboys are a lot more healthy. It was good to see Tony Pollard in the game last week, yesterday I believe. So that's good for the Cowboys. Elliott is back. They're pretty healthy. They should win this game at home versus the Washington football team coming off of a short week. Okay, so those are my NFL Week 16 picks. We have 3 NFL Week 15 picks because there's a Monday night game. There's 2 Monday night games and 2 Tuesday night games for NFL Week 15. And then we have 11 NFL Week 16 picks. We're taking the Raiders on the money line, the Vikings on the money line, the Rams on the money line, the San Francisco 49ers on the money line, the Packers on the money line, the Eagles on the money line, Atlanta Falcons on the money line, the Cincinnati Bengals on the money line, the Patriots on the money line, Seattle Seahawks on the money line, Kansas City Chiefs on the money line, the Las Vegas Raiders again on the money line, and the Dallas Cowboys on the money line. We're going to risk $2 to win $203.82. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my 2021 NFL Week 16 picks. A 13-pick parlay. Will I go 13-0? Or will I go 0-13? What are your NFL Week 16 picks? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Who's your lock of the week? Who's your home team of the week? Who's your road team of the week? Who's your underdog / upset of the week? And what's your game of the week for NFL Week 16? You know what? This is a really, really good schedule. It was a pretty tough picks for NFL Week 16. Obviously, because of the injury report, we have to keep an eye on the injury report. But I believe there's a new testing standard for NFL this week, so it probably will get a little bit less, a little bit more structured. So we probably won't get too many games on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, all this stuff. My game of the week, I would say, will have to be, I'm going to be paying attention to the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots, the Ravens versus the Bengals. That's going to be good. The Browns versus the Patriots, the Browns versus the Packers, everybody wants to see that. That's going to be a Saturday game. That's on Christmas, so that's going to be a good game to watch. And, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Kansas City Chiefs, that's going to be a good game. But obviously, I would say probably the game that everyone's going to be paying probably the most attention to will be the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots in New England. I'm Jason Las Vegas. These are my 2021 NFL Week 16 picks. We have a 13 picks parlay. We're risking $2 to win $203.82.